What's going on, people, and welcome to the Blue Steel Podcast Show. I'm your host, LV Live, along with my man, Jeff. What's going on, Jeff?
Not much, man. How you doing?
It's been a long time, my man. It's been too long.
It has, man. It's been a number of weeks, but it's that time of year. Got a lot of things going on, you know.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got NBA. We got that corny Super Bowl we don't want to talk about. And we got a lot of great things going on. But people, once again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming to our channel. We truly appreciate it. But if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We would truly appreciate it. Also, too, hit that bell icon. And we just appreciate the support, people.
Yes, we do. We always do. Some big things going to be coming this year, so just stick with us.
Yes, absolutely. Please stick with us. All right, so let's get straight to it, people. All right, we got the first and 10 NBA trades that have happened. A lot of big things going on. ADKP, you name it. However you want to do the alphabet. But the Knicks made a big move.
Yes.
And sit KP packing. Jeff, remember, if you remember when we first talked about, I spoke about this.
You did.
That I would love for the Knicks to make that deal if KP wasn't fully healthy. I had a feeling the Knicks would make that move because he's a good trade bait. But, to my knowledge, he didn't even want to be there. How about that?
Mm-hmm. He didn't. From what I heard, he met with him and his brother. You know, his brother's his agent, so they met with him. They met with the executives with the Knicks the day before they got traded, or a day or two before. He said he didn't want to be there, so they was like, all right, deuces. they got rid of him, which I don't blame you. If you don't want to be part of my organization, then I'm gonna get rid of you. And the best thing about the move, bro, is it opens up 2 max contracts. So they still got the opportunity to get the number 1 pick, top 3, 4 at least. So Knicks got a lot. That was I think it was a really good move for the Knicks. Porzingis obviously don't want to be there. He probably wouldn't have re-signed anyway. Get rid of him, get some assets. Dennis Smith Jr. can play. And then, got KD in the background. Maybe he gets there, maybe he doesn't. Kyrie, like I predicted. I think Kyrie going to end up going there. So it gives them a lot of flexibility, which is great for the Knicks. We need the Knicks to be good again, man.
Well, it's definitely great for the league. I mean, I was extremely happy about this move. I had a lot of people that were upset. They felt like you shouldn't trade a piece like that. Which KP is. He's a great piece. Mm-hmm. But the biggest problem that you have here is that you don't want a cancer.
Nope.
You don't want a guy that's not coming to practice, not even working out with the team, not even trying to get better, and then you see him with Dallas and he's in practice gear. He's working out with Dirk. He's working on pivot moves. He's taking jump shots. He's doing light jogs. You didn't see that with the Knicks, and I get it. The Knicks aren't going nowhere. So, why even invest, right? So with that being said, so why should the Knicks, with a trade piece that he is, why even keep him around when you know of what you can get back for him? I mean, you got to do what's best for your team. You got to do what's best for your organization. And you don't want a cancer of a guy that doesn't really want to be there, and the teammates know it, the coach knows it. We're trying to change, and I'm saying we because I'm a Knicks fan, people, if you don't know.
All right.
You're trying to change the culture here. We need a culture change. And yes, I get it. I understand. I know what people are going to say. Well, there's no guarantee you're going to get this. There's no guarantee you're going to get max players. This is going to be LeBron all over again when he decided to go to Miami, and everybody thought he was coming. I understand that, but here's the thing: you have to do this move. You have to do it. You gotta take a leap of faith, even if you don't get KD. At least you could try to get someone else out there. I mean, you have to do it because you gotta free up money, and you gotta change the culture, and you gotta take a leap of faith. Sometimes you swing and miss. That's strike one. That doesn't mean that it has to be you don't swing again. That doesn't mean you don't swing for the fences again. You gotta do it.
Right.
And it's very important for the Knicks to really, really kind of change the culture, man. It's just very important, and sometimes you just got to swing for the fences. I mean, I love it. I think Dennis Smith Jr. is a star in the making. I think with the right system, with the right environment, and with him being on Broadway, 42nd Street, Times Square, the big lights, big city, with his skill set, I think we don't even need Kyrie. I think we can get another piece next to KD.
That's true.
Because
it's possible.
Because we got Dennis Smith Jr., so you could just have a backup.
Just have a young squad.
Right. Let him kind of become this player that I think he's gonna be. You know, and if everything holds true, if the NBA gods hold true, which I think they will, we will get the number 1 pick, and Zion will be in Knick colors.
That'll be beautiful, man. We need the Knicks to be good, man.
And then
so let's transition to another one of the Starship Enterprises for the league, the Lakers. And what didn't happen, and then let's talk about Philly, because I think Philly made the best moves out of everybody. But, you know, we got to talk about the Lakers. My Lakers, yeah. I kind of, you know, I didn't, nobody wants to help the Lakers do anything. So.
What, Jeff? Jeff, knock that off, Jeff. See, here you go.
Owners. I'm talking about the owners.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes. Try to switch it up.
The league
okay. Well, Jeff, you listen. You got to make yourself clear, okay? I don't want to hear that.
So, you know, I didn't, and honestly, it was the best move for the Pelicans to make, because when the summer comes, you can get offers from everybody. You know, if I thought what they offered was about as good as you're gonna get, outside of maybe Boston sending whatchamacallit? I can't think of his name.
You talking about Tatum?
Yeah, Tatum. Outside of that, and again, you don't really know how. I mean, these guys are still young. He's having an up and down year. He balled in the playoffs, but outside of that, his first year was good. Not saying he's not a good player. He's definitely a very good player, but I think, you know, outside of that, I don't really know what else they think they're gonna get. You know, maybe they offer Tatum and that's it. And there's no guarantees with a kid that plays on a very, very good team. And is that going to be a centerpiece of a franchise, which is what you're getting rid of with, you know, when you trade Davis, of course. So, you know, we didn't get it, didn't expect it to happen. That's what they want to happen. That's what LeBron wants to happen, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes. But ultimately, the Pelicans did what was best for them. And, you know, a lot of people saying they struck out. I'm like, well, you know, they offered everything they could, and that's all you can do, ultimately. That's it.
Here's my question. I'm not sure. Do the Lakers, how many first-round picks do they have left? From all the stuff that they did with LeBron, do they have any first-round picks left?
Yeah. I don't, you know, I'd have to look, but they offered 2 first-round picks. I don't know what years they were. Like, I'm pretty sure we have our first-round pick this year. I don't know about the subsequent years. Didn't get a chance. I didn't look that up or anything.
Well, you can't. If I'm correct, you can't give up the current year draft pick. You can't do that, right? You can't.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Okay. So
as far as I know, you can. Yeah.
So my question is to you: did the Lakers do enough? I don't think they did enough. If they really wanted him that bad,
I didn't. Now, one thing I didn't. Well, the only other thing they could have did was offer. Like, I heard a report from Wojciechowski, you know, from ESPN, that they were saying they wanted 4 first-round picks in addition to all those players. It was like 5 or 6 players. So there's nothing else you can offer. I mean, what do you want to offer? The statues outside of the Staples Center? Like, there's nothing else to offer. You know what I mean? They gave up all their young players, Ingram and Kuzma, Ball, a couple of, you know, veterans. You know, I'll tell you what I didn't like that they did. I didn't like the deal that they made with the Clippers, outside of the fact that the young center that they traded, I think his contract's up. Maybe they didn't want to have to pay him this year. They wanted to keep that money available for the summer and bigger fish, so to speak. Outside of that, they did everything they could do in order to get AD, man. I mean, they offer like 8 pieces, including picks. Like, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I just think that, you know, if you really want them bad enough, I think the Lakers should have just put up the four draft picks.
You know, I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't know what years they were. Like, it could be like 2023. I don't care about 2023. You know what I mean? Like, and if we got the squad, I think we do. it's going to be a late pick anyway. So why do I care? It's going to be 24, 28. You know, I don't
Right.
care about that. So I don't disagree with you. And you never know some of the rumors. You never know what's true or not. But I think the Pelicans' stance was they never countered from what they're saying. So I think they just wanted to see what they would offer. And it was basically like, all right, we cool. We're going to wait till the Celtics and the Clippers can get involved and everybody else. So
the reality is that he's gone. This is what we said this from jump, Jeff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We said this from jump. We knew he was leaving, and we knew he was going to LA. That's where we kind of foresaw this. We said this months ago. I think he's still going to LA. I think they're going to find a way to move it around. I just don't see. It's kind of like a Porzingis situation. He does not want to be there. And the hardest part is, how do you keep a guy around his teammates when his teammates know he don't want to be there?
Yeah.
How does that work in the locker room? See. I think what people have to understand, people who don't really know sports or who just see things, there's always stuff behind the scenes. I mean, these guys are regular people. They have to be able to like each other. They got to be able to play together. You got to keep, the coach has got to maintain his job. It's a lot of moving parts. So how is practice going to be, right? How is travel going to be to the games? Our guys going to be fighting in the locker room, right? Because things are being said. Kind of like the stuff that spilled over. Remember with KD and Draymond, right?
Yep.
Because the trade talks, this is what happens. Because guys feel like, if you don't really want to be here, then sit on the bench. We want guys out here who want to play hard, because we know you're not really going to play hard because you on your way out anyway. So
it's an odd dynamic.
Yeah, it's a tough thing, man. So I just think that, if you're the Pelicans, you just really, really try to shop him and get him.
He got to go. He got to go this summer.
He's got to go, Jeff. He's got to go.
And again, like I said, that was the smartest thing for them to do, is make that deal. Just wait till the summer and maximize your opportunities. Maximize whatever you can get. He's a centerpiece for the team. You gotta maximize whatever you can get for him. So they did. I think they did what's best for them. I would have liked to see them trade him to the Lakers, but we'll get him eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the winners of everything that happened was the 76ers, man. I've always liked Tobias Harris. He's like top 3 player efficiency rating. I got all these, numbers and stuff they look at. Very good player. Averages 21 a game quietly. It's just if those pieces will fit. But their starting lineup is Ben Simmons, J.J. Redick, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. That's a very good start. Outside of Golden State, that's probably the best starting 5 in the league.
I like that. And you know what I like about it too? Is it forces, or not really forces, I'm sorry. It gives Ben Simmons what he wants, because now he can be the point forward.
Yep.
Now he can be that LeBron player that he really is.
Right.
He can facilitate. He can do what he does, because he's a scorer, but he's a pass first type of guy too, like LeBron.
Right.
He just
doesn't. He can't shoot.
He can't shoot. He just has to develop that jump shot. We've always said
that's it. When he get that, it's a wrap.
Yeah, because he's big, strong, he's athletic, he sees the floor well, he has great vision. He's the new version of LeBron. You know what I mean? Not LeBron's skill set, but he's the next best, closest thing, I would say. So now you have him. You have Redick on the wing with the jump shot. You have Embiid dominating the post. You have Tobias on the wing. They have a very, very solid team.
Right.
I just think that it's a great trade. It's a great trade, and also too, Jeff, you gotta understand, it adds length defensively.
Yeah, they can switch. They're dangerous, man.
Yeah, they're real dangerous. Because Jeff, you play ball, I play. It's all about matchups, man. When we play ball, you always say who got who, right? Who got who?
Right.
They're so athletic on the wings, and with Embiid in the middle. You got to defend, and as you know, when the playoffs get down and you got to win 4 games in a row in a 7-game series, you got to defend, man.
Right.
You got to defend. That's what's kind of lost in this whole league, and everybody's scoring and putting up. And when the playoffs come, you got to defend. You got to lock down, and if you can't lock up, we gonna have a problem. You ain't winning nothing. And they got the guys on, because people don't know Tobias Harris can play deep.
Right.
He can lock
Yeah,
up.
he does. He does. So does Jimmy Butler.
I'm sorry, and I forgot to mention Jimmy Butler. So now you got to think the wings are on lock. So how are they going? How are people going to score? Because and then Embiid in the middle, he's a Embiid is like a bigger version of Oakley to me, but with a skill set because he's a bully in the middle.
Right. Except he don't play no defense. His defense is suspect. He's lazy.
But I mean I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You
his skill set is he's the best, whatever you call him. He's one of the top 2, top 3 post players in the league. He might be the best post player in the league, honestly, skill set wise at this point.
Yeah, he's
nice offensively. He can do it all. So
you're absolutely right. They're definitely dangerous, man. So I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting time. It's exciting time in the association.
Right. So let's transition again. This is more of an NBA special kind of show. I don't think we mentioned that earlier. Association is popping now. You know, it's like a soap opera within the league, man. It's a little bit crazy, but now we got to go into the king of the league, as you like to call him.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Did you do what I just think you did?
What is that?
You called him something that you said you would never do.
I said the king of the league, as you like to call him.
Yeah, that's no. Don't try to put it back on me. You called him the king.
Nah, he's not.
See, listen. You got so caught up in your lake of love that you done lost sight of who you are, Jeff. You done called him the king.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You think on that, brother, because that's you did.
LeBron James, as his name is. Just overall, like we brought this up earlier before we did the show. Just as an overall, kind of like the owners. I think it's I mentioned NBA, but it's more the owners kind of getting tired of players, and mainly this is LeBron. That started all this as far as more taking control of their own future, kind of like what AD did. You got that connection with Clutch Sports, with the agent, all those ties and everything like that.
Wait, Jeff. Before you do that, brother, I apologize. Who is Clutch Sports? You got to break it down to the people who Clutch Sports are. Who runs the show?
Yeah.
Who?
In case you don't know that.
Who is the guru behind Clutch Sports?
So it's Rich Paul, who is one of LeBron James's one of his best friends.
In his posse. In his posse.
No, I'm not gonna call him that. One of his best friends, business partners. He's an agent, and Clutch Sports is their agency. Now, LeBron he's not a partner or anything like that, but he's a client of Rich Paul, and Anthony Davis just switched to Clutch Sports this summer. That's now his agent, Rich Paul. So you got all those ties. If you don't know that, that's kind of the backstory behind that, which is why all the AD stuff and people getting mad about the tampering, etc. So I'm going to throw one little thing in there. If I'm a player now of this stature, in order for me to control my own destiny from now on, I'm not doing these 5-6 year contracts with them. I'm doing, just like LeBron, I'm doing 2-year in KD. I'm doing 2-year contracts with either an option out of the first year or at least the second year. I'm gonna be a free agent. So I'm not tying myself down like Anthony Davis is right now. He had like a 4 or 5 year deal. I don't want that. Give me 2 years if I'm a star player, so I can just control wherever I want to go. I don't need to have 3-4 years left on my deal. I'm gonna get my money no matter what. I think that's what's gonna end up happening in order to counter react what's happening to AD and get stuck in places. I think that's what's gonna happen. But I wanted to throw that in there because I think that's what players are gonna end up doing, kind of to keep their one up on the owners having control over them. But anyway, let's get back to the subject. But I think that's gonna happen more in the future. Shorter deals. I don't think guys is gonna do those 5-year deals as much anymore.
Yeah. Let me go back a bit. I made the joke of calling him the posse. I don't agree with that. It was just a joke, but
oh yeah, of course.
But here's why I said that. Because that's how the league sees it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happened is It all started back when LeBron went to Miami. That's when it all started.
Yep.
When he made that move, and him and his boys were making choices and decisions in the background, which the league knew. The league said this can't happen because this is the players are running the league. But LeBron was setting it up to where he makes it to where the players run the league. He didn't want to have an NBA type of league, an NFL type of league, to where the owners are dictating stuff with the players. He wanted the players to have all the power. He wanted the players' union to have all the power. Pretty much like baseball. So this is why Clutch Sports is having such a problem. And the league has an issue with Clutch Sports. Because we could say what we want about LeBron's shadow partner. This is LeBron's thing, man. He set his boys up to where they are running things, and this is all LeBron in the background. He put the money up. He did all. This is all LeBron. Now, granted, I'm sure it's a joint venture thing with them, but this has LeBron's writings all over it.
Right.
This is LeBron dictating stuff, moving stuff in the background, just like he did in Miami. This is not what I'm saying. This is what I think the league is saying.
Right.
And so this is why the league possibly stopped this move, and the owners are sick and tired of LeBron. They're tired of him dictating stuff, making his statements, doing what he's doing, telling players what to do, how to move with it. Because now he's got his hand in the pot of how agency can be because he's got his own agency with Clutch Sports. So I saw this writing on the wall. We all did. Now, Jeff, you're in Arizona. I'm in New York. We're all over the place. And we're not even on ESPN, and we saw this months ago.
Right.
So, of course, the powers that be know what's going on. They know the gameplay. They know the push. They know what's good. Come on, man. So, the league is tired of LeBron. And I think also, too, the league is possibly tired of LeBron motivating and telling players in his own way what they should be doing. What they have a right to, how they should move, how they should be. Because that's the move LeBron made when he was in Cleveland. He said, I'm sick and tired of losing. I got to win these rings. Let me call my boys up. Let's go out and let's go to, I don't know, wherever they went for the summer. They went to San Tropez, Cuba. I don't know. And they were on a boat talking, and they said, yo, let's link up in Miami. You do this, you do that. You call Pat Riley, let's set it up. All right, cool. That's it. Done. And that exactly, and that changed everything, Jeff. That changed everything.
Absolutely.
And now with LeBron getting older, he kind of set the blueprint, and now the other players are setting up shop. And to your point, Jeff, players are seeing how he did it, how he's marketing himself. I'm not signing 5 years. I'm not chasing his bread. We're gonna sign a 2-year deal. That's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna hold you kind of like under the gun to where you got to make these necessary moves so you can prove to me that you can win. If not, I'm out. And that's the players pretty much calling the shots. And that's your boy, LeBron, setting that all up as usual.
Yeah, LeBron's the puppet master, man. So like we said, it's just gonna be very interesting, man. I'm interested to see. I just think that's how the players counter with it, kind of like LeBron. Everybody can't do it, obviously. If you're not a top tier player, you can't be like, I'm gonna do a 1-2 year deal. Be like, all right, cool. In 2 years, we might not even want you. You might have a contract like Otto Porter, who's grossly overpaid,
right?
$20 million a year, and they just traded him, because Washington's stuck, with all these long-term contracts they got. But we'll see, man. I just thought it was a good topic for us to discuss because that's kind of like behind the scenes that a lot of people don't pay attention to, and things of that nature. So, anything else with that, brother?
Nah, man. I mean, that's it. I mean, your boy making little sneaky backdoor moves. You know what he's doing.
Oh yeah, and even just to throw this in there with the All-Star team, you see the players he picked, right? They're all free agents, like everybody. Kyrie, AD, AD want to go there anyway. Everybody he picked is like, is a potential free agent this year. So he gonna be in their ear, you know.
What did
like
you
said it.
What did you call him? You called him the puppet master, right?
He's the puppet master. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. He's orchestrating a lot of stuff. But what's happening is the league is getting tired of it. The league is getting tired of it because they know what he's doing. I mean,
the owners is mad. You know, they don't want the players doing that.
But here's the thing: can they stop it? I don't think so.
No, you can't because the NBA is built off of the stars. So that's how the NBA is. It's not the NFL, which is what the Pelicans going to learn. You know, it's not the NFL. You know, because it's the same people that own it.
Right, very true.
So they'll learn that. So we got 3rd and 1. You know, continue with this NBA discussion, but now we're going to be projected into the future, talking about the playoffs, second half of the season, and everything like that, man. Looking at these stats, man, basically at the halfway point, the Bucks got the best record in the league, quiet as it's kept. You know,
wow,
41-13.
Wow, I mean,
the Greek Freak.
Yeah, you know? yo, the Greek Freak, man. The Greek Freak is listen. I think he's stepping into that whole. People are talking about other people taking over the league. No. I'm the next one.
Right.
Right? They're talking about AD. They're talking about Russell Westbrook. They're talking about KD being the number one guy in the league now after LeBron. I think the Greek Freak's saying, yo, pump your brakes. Hold up.
Right.
No. It's gonna be my league. Man. I mean, they're 41-13. I mean, yo, man, and they got young players, Jeff.
Yep, young team.
Young players, because Eric Bledsoe's still fairly young.
Yeah.
You know, you got Middleton. Middleton came out of nowhere scoring. I don't know where he came from. Someone found him in the rookie league, and they put him down. I've known about Thon Maker since he was in high school. Thon Maker's 7'1", man, but he plays like a guard.
Right.
You know, you got the one kid, the point guard. I forget your name. I forget to mention him. Like you mentioned, he was a rookie of the year.
Bledsoe. They got Bledsoe.
What's the kid's name? Like you were mentioning, that rookie that he won rookie of the year that year. I forget his name, but he came out of a small school. Like he was
Brogdon.
Yeah, like he, you know what I'm saying. But he's
went to Virginia. He went to Virginia, but he wasn't. He would have been he was a 2nd round pick if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but he's solid though, man.
Yeah, he's very good. Very good. He's a 2nd round pick though, so that was a great pick for them. 2nd round pick, 36 in the draft. He went number 6 in the 2nd round. So that's a steal. You know, they got a good team, man. And the thing is, all those other players you mentioned, the Bucks are winning. So, you know, you got obviously star players and stuff like that, but they got the best record in the league, which ultimately is the main thing, is winning rings, etc. Not saying the Bucks gonna win a ring this year, but if you're winning and you're putting up numbers, that's superstar there. You know, that's when it really comes. It ain't just about putting up numbers, a la James Harden, putting up 700 points every game, and that's it. And your team, their team's playing better. He had to do it, but ultimately, if you're winning and putting up numbers, and your team is balling, that's the true mark of a superstar to me, man. Because you make your players around you better, you know. So, Greek Freak is killing it, man. And then Toronto got the 2nd best record in the league.
Well, they got solid players, man. I mean, they just added a piece they
added a great player,
right? Who basically, believe it or not, people going back. I don't mean to go backwards, but he basically did what Porzingis did. He held them hostage for the whole year. He knew he could play, but he didn't want to play.
He just ain't play.
So now, and if you don't know who we're talking about, people, we're talking about Kawhi Leonard. So now Kawhi Leonard is in Toronto, and he done turned that team around because they already had the pieces. Remember, they were legit last year.
They was number 1 seed last year in the East.
So now you add in a top 5 player to that team. Right. They still got Ibaka. They still got Kyle Lowry.
Yep.
And then you added Danny Green in there, who's got championship pedigree.
Yep.
And they got Jeff, who's that small forward? Who's that new guy that's coming out? His name starts with an SHE, like Schmetka or something like that. I don't know who he is, the small forward, but he's killing out there, man.
They got that dude, Siakam or whatever, Pascal.
Jeff, he's killing 6'10".
He's balling this year.
They grabbing. I'm telling you, man, they grabbing all these cats from the Rocket League, man. All them dudes.
He's from Cameroon, man. You know their GM is from Africa, so maybe that's where he found him. But he went to New Mexico State. I remember him. He just balling this year. He averaged him 16 points a game.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. So you're coming out of nowhere, and then you got another sneaky team. You got the Denver Nuggets out there getting busy. You know what I mean? They're the number 2 seed, right behind Golden State. I mean, of course, everybody knows about Nikola Jokic. You know what I'm saying? He's a solid player, he's an all-star.
Very good player.
But then you got the kid. Remember, you got the kid that came out of Kentucky. You got Jamal Murray. Of course, you got the old consistent Paul Millsap out there dropping buckets.
Yep.
You got this guy Monte Morris. You got Will Barton. You got a solid team of a whole bunch of guys that they put together, and they're legit, man. You got Gary Harris. Look, I know you talk about the guy Michael Porter Jr. He's still out. He's still injured.
He's still hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, but so they gotta. But it's to your point, man. You get a lot of these young guys and you put them together. You get the right coach. Guys start winning, man. You know that because here's the thing, people. And Jeff, you could chime in on this because you're out there. You ref, you do all that stuff. You do AAU. These guys that are in the NBA, all these cats can ball. They're not scrubs.
No.
So they're in the league for a reason. What happens is that people get so caught up in stars that you don't realize that these other cats, you bring them to any league, any summer league in the U.S. or the world, they're dropping 40. That's how nice these guys are. So you get the right chemistry with a lot of these young ball players. You're going to see a Denver and you're going to see a Milwaukee Bucks because these guys can ball.
Right.
And a whole bunch of no-name cats that you're not really focused on, but these cats can play, man. And that's kind of how you see it, Jeff. I've seen it all the time in summer leagues. You see guys, they just put guys together. You like, yo, who's that? Dropping 40.
Right.
And you don't even know his name. But that's what they're doing. They're assembling guys who were solid players in college or overseas or whatever. They just never got their break and they're hungry, man. And they want to show and prove that they belong in the league and they want a big contract too. So they're not afraid of the moment.
Right.
And these guys are just balling.
Yeah, man. Really good teams, really good. There's some good teams, man. This year actually turned out to be a lot better than I thought it would be, especially in the East. But then, a team the way things are currently constructed, man, I wouldn't be surprised if OKC makes it to the conference finals and meets up with Golden State. I don't think they'll beat them, but the way Paul George is playing this year, he's playing at an elite level, MVP type candidate level, all those things, man. It just should be a great second half of the year, man. I'm very much looking forward, especially the playoffs. We'll talk about, obviously we got a couple months to go, and we'll talk more about the NBA. But it's looking to be a really good, run to the end of the season. People making the playoffs. My Lakers is outside the playoffs, so we got to get back in there. So. It's
as good as the Celtics and the 76ers are, Jeff, they're the number 4 and number 5 seed in the East. That shows you how tough the league is right now. It's a lot of parity. But Jeff, as you know, man, is your team built for the playoffs? You gotta be. Can you beat a team 4 times in a row to move on? That's the tough part.
That's it. Yeah.
You can get these wins here and there against the Hawks, the Knicks, the Grizzlies, the Suns. You could win those games. But when you start getting into, when the Bucks get into a 7-game series with the 76ers, are they going to be able to pull that out? Because you got to beat them 4 times.
Yeah, and the way it is now, Philly's a 7-5 seed. I think the Pacers will fall back, though. So, more than like that's going to be a second-round matchup.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, so are they going to be able to beat them 4 times? As much as we're talking about the Nuggets, are the Nuggets going to be able to beat, OKC 4 times in a row?
Right.
That's the thing. You know what I mean? Are the Nuggets going to be able to beat a Rockets team that's proven that they're playoff ready 4 times in a row in the playoffs? Because that's what you got to beat them. You could break it down however, but you still got to beat the team 4 times out of 7 games.
Right.
That's tough, and that's why the Warriors are so dangerous, because you got to beat them 4 times, Jeff.
that's it. That's when coaching comes into play, and because teams are focused and locked in the playoffs. Guys are trying to win, so that it'll be interesting to see, man. You got the playoff positioning and everything like that. That'll be very interesting to see, man. So we'll be talking more about the association and as the playoffs get here, All-Star weekends coming up, all those type of things. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
We got 4th and goal. We wanted to touch back on the gridiron. The NFL is never far away. Just some things early on. Don is the man with the football, and the knowing that he ain't Mel Kiper Jr. quite yet, but he knows about a lot of players and the draft coming up. So we wanted to touch on that.
Hey Jeff, relax. Don't be disrespectful. You understand me? All right, relax.
Mel Kiper Jr. is like an encyclopedia. Man. He has no notes. How do you know 500 players off the top of your head? It's crazy.
But he knows them he knows them from 30 years ago, Jeff. I don't even know who.
Exactly. He'd be like, 2022. This guy's gonna be like, what are you talking about? It's crazy. But anyway, so what you got, man? What you got for? Well, the talk of everything is obviously Kyler Murray.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
What you think? What do you think about him, man? I want to get your.
I think he is a perfect segue into what the league is going into. I mean, people talk about his height. He's the same height as Drew Brees. He's the same height as Russell Wilson.
Is he?
Yeah, he's 5'10", man. He's 5'10", 5'11". He's not that short.
They keep saying 5'9".
No way, dude. He's like 5'11". He's the same size.
He's small, dude. He's small.
But what I'm saying is, you get him with the NFL, you get him working out, he's gonna be fine. But the league is transcending now to where you can't even touch the quarterback. If you breathe on him, you're in trouble. So I'm saying, with the way the offenses are now, with what we've seen this season, even though people are, the Patriots, they kind of were able to sneak past a team that just wasn't ready yet. So, right. I don't see them beating that team again next year or the years to come. I think they just got them at the right time.
Or the Chiefs.
Right, or the Chiefs, because they're young, you know what I mean? So the experience plays a role in big games like that. We know that. So
absolutely.
That's why, McVay was able to get outcoached. It happened. So whatever. But going forward, the league is being shaped for these type of scat back quarterbacks that move around the pocket and can throw 40, 50 yards down the field and not be touched, because it's kind of turned into like, a flag league now.
Right.
And he's the perfect quarterback for that. He's fast.
He has a good arm.
Yeah, he's got a great arm. He runs like a 4.3 40. He's not a runner per se like a Michael Vick, but he can get out the pocket.
Right.
He's hard to take down because he has great feet.
Right. So your Giants taking him at number 6?
I would take him
over boy from Ohio State.
Yeah, I would, because
really?
Haskins is Eli Manning all over again.
You think so?
He can't move. He's not. I mean, he can't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you got, man. Come on, man, Jeff. We talked about this. Listen, you see what the defensive ends are like outside linebackers now. Von Miller's an outside linebacker.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Nobody can block Aaron Donald. Nobody can block Khalil Mack. This is what's happening. The linebackers are like safeties. Safeties are dropping down in the box. Landon Collins, Jamal Adams, the kid out of San Diego, Derwin James. Those guys are like little linebackers. So you got to have an agile quarterback. You can't have a statue. Them days are over, man.
Right.
And that's what Haskins is. I'm just not sold on him like that. He had one good year, Jeff. He's not like he played last year. He only played 1 year at Ohio State.
Right.
So I'm not.
That's true. He had a really good year, but I hear you.
Yeah, I'm not.
So if you're the GM for the Giants, you're taking Kyler Murray. What if he's 5'9"? You still taking him? Don't matter.
I'm taking him because they said the same thing about Russell Wilson. They said the same thing about Drew Brees, and these guys are, come on, they both got Super Bowls.
Right.
And when you're that height, if you're not the prototypical Eli Manning or Peyton Manning or Tom Brady 6'4" guys, you have played this position at that height. So
right.
So you figure, not these O linemen aren't like 7 feet. You know what I mean? These guys are like 6'4", 6'5". So these guys know how to move around the pocket to find windows to throw the ball. So it's not like he just started playing with big tall linemen. He's always played with them. So
Right.
those guys know how to
Absolutely.
find the windows to throw, to move in the pocket. But that's what the league is turning into. You got to be mobile in that pocket because the pocket is closing fast, Jeff. You
Yeah.
can't with these edge rushers and with the way these defenses are now. They're more quicker and faster guys than bigger and stronger guys because they have to have the agility to be able to change with the offenses that are coming out.
Yeah, you got to get to that quarterback in 2.5 or less.
There
So,
you go, Jeff. So what I'm saying is, he's the perfect. He's like the upgrade of the next thing that we're gonna see with these quarterbacks. Because look at Baker Mayfield, how well he played in Cleveland. He turned that whole thing around, and he's about the same height, maybe a little bit taller.
he's 6 feet.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, like a little bit taller. Like he's not the prototypical 6'4" guy.
No.
But he has great feet in the pocket. That's what he has.
Mm-hmm.
So he can do a
Right.
subtle thing, Jeff, like shift to the side or shift up or shift back, make quick adjustments, and then he's got a quick release to where you turn around, he done threw the ball 20 yards. And I mean, come on, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he could throw from here to Kentucky. I mean, come on, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
He has a hose, yeah.
I mean, that's
interesting.
That's
Yep.
just what the league is. But if you want to shift up gears, because the league is offensive league, Jeff, this is turning into a defensive draft, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Predictions is like, I mean, there's like 5-6 offensive players in the first round. Everything is defense. Everything.
But that tells you what these teams are focused on, what they got to do. In order to win championships, you got to play defense, right?
But yeah, I mean, defense still wins, man. I mean, it's fun that like we saw that game with the Rams and the Chiefs, 54-50, whatever that was. It was basically a glorified college game. And when the playoffs came, I mean, the Super Bowl was 13-3. It was boring as ever, but ultimately, you can play defense, you can always win. You know what I mean? Because like you said, you can get to that quarterback. You only got 2.5, 3 seconds. You got good people on the outside. You got good pass rush. You can still get to the quarterback. You can still make some things happen. So, defense ain't gonna ever just go away. It's never gonna be. They'll adjust because the rules will make them adjust. But ultimately, defense will win.
Well, I'm looking at the draft now. I'm looking at the projections. The top 10 picks, 7 of them are defensive players. You got a defensive end, defensive tackle. You got a cornerback. You got an outside linebacker / defensive end. You got another defensive tackle. They're going down. You got a cornerback, a linebacker. I mean, the league. I mean, that's what they focusing on, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to get to the quarterback because if not, these guys are going to put up 50 on you, man.
Yeah, man. Got to.
I'm just asking for. For the Steelers, who do you guys got? I mean, is there anything you feel you guys need or what?
Oh man, we need a whole lot. Actually, the thing is, you got to figure out what you're gonna do with Le'Veon and AB. Like I said, you can't lose basically generational talent and think you're not gonna suffer from it. I don't care who it is, especially the way the offense is predicated, around getting the ball to AB in space. Juju, to be honest, AB's getting double. Juju is getting single coverage. Now, Juju's very good. I don't know if he's ready to be, if he's AB status, that kind of thing. So, if you're going to lose both of these guys, how are you going to replace that? You can't really. So, I don't know, man. I mean, our defense, we still need a cornerback. We still need a young, very good cornerback, which we've needed for like 15 years. Joe Hayden's good. He's getting older though. He's solid. He's a very good pro, but he's not 23. The picks we had have not panned out. So I still think we need some help on a outside corner. Probably need some depth with the line. Need another receiver. And those are the biggest needs I feel that we need. And we need middle linebacker too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Middle linebacker.
I was just gonna say that, Jeff. With Shazier going down. I think in order for the Steelers to get back to being the Steelers, I've said this before, you got to get those linebackers, Jeff. I think that's where you need to focus on. I mean, you guys have always run a 3-4. That's always where you dominated. The offense is there. You need those linebackers. That's always been the Steelers. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like, that's just who you guys are. I mean, they got
Right.
they got projected. They got you guys getting probably one of the best linebackers in. Probably I think if I'm not, he might have won a Buckus Award. I'm not sure, but Devin White out of LSU, he's a legit linebacker. Um, you need that. That's what the Steelers are. You need that strong safety like a Palomalo, and you need those linebackers. You have that in decent corners. I mean, you got Artie Burns out there like him. Uh,
Nah, he's not. He ain't have a good year, man.
you don't think
He ain't
so?
have a good year. He's one of. Nah, he got benched. He wasn't even starting.
Oh, I
He
mean,
got benched. So
I mean,
he's not panning out, man. He's
oh
not.
wow,
I mean, to be first round, like you gotta get first round. You expect that guy to be a starter.
right.
Like his second year.
But last year he played.
Nowadays,
Last year,
you
the
know.
season prior to last, he was pretty solid. So I guess
Last year he played decent.
so this was
He
this was
did
a down
decent,
year
right?
for
He
him. I
didn't
take it.
play too well this year.
Okay, so this is a
Which
down
is
year for
bad.
him.
You gotta project up, man. You can't
Yeah.
be backsliding, man.
Very
so
true. Very true.
they still need a. But I do agree with you, man. I think some of the projections you see different line. I see one thing that has Devin Bush and line, from Michigan. You'll get different ones, but the linebacker position, we definitely
That would be
need
that.
to.
Listen, that would be a great pick. You get him because he's a player.
Yeah,
He's a player at backer. I've seen him. I've seen Michigan play quite a few times this year. He's a player, man. So you
Right.
to me that's what the Steelers are. The Steelers were never like a big offensive team. They get points, but their defense was the key to what now with Ben being there and AB and Le'Veon and Juju. That's kind of switched things. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
to me to get you guys back because you guys are still solid. What you guys go this year? What 10-6?
9-6-1. I mean, we lost a bunch of games at the end of the season, man. And
Right.
uncharacteristically, that's how NFL is, man. You have most games decided 3, under a touchdown. So a couple plays here and there, a couple, one or two, we had a bunch of bad games. Denver, we had a bunch of turnovers and just bad. It just didn't end well. Obviously we missed the playoffs. So we gotta, I don't know if we're necessary, field goal game, kicker was terrible in the, most of the year too. So there was a bunch of things, but the soap opera needs to end. Them guys just need to get focused and play football, man. And but ultimately winning covers up a lot of that.
Okay,
When they say winning is a good deodorant.
You got that? Yeah, you got that right. So here's my question. All right, before we get up out of here, because we're about to end the show. People, thank you for getting
Yep.
on. What do you guys do with AB then, Jeff? What do you do with him? Because now you got your two premier stars. Just take out Ben because Ben's got another year or so if that. Your two pillars, Le'Veon and AB, are disgruntled and one out. What are we doing with those two, Jeff?
I'm seeing what I can get for AB, man. I think at this point you have to. Seems like San Francisco wants him. Give up a couple of them first round picks. They got an early pick, don't they? I don't know if they'll give him up for AB, but otherwise I'm keeping him. I'm not giving him up. Yeah, they got the number 2 pick. You give us that,
wow.
I'll take him. You
Wow.
know. So, but ultimately Le'Veon's gonna have to go. The person that literally sits out and just doesn't want to play, I don't want him on my team. Even though I want to lose him, you can't bring him back in the locker room, man. Not in football. You know what I mean? And then it's not like basketball, like we mentioned Kawhi Leonard earlier. He could just sit out and get traded, and because football is the ultimate team sport. You just can't get one player, and it's going to transcend your team. Typically, maybe a quarterback, but he's a running back, so he can go. And AB ultimately, I would look to trade him too. You could get good players, man. And these guys AB makes a lot of money, and we can use our money elsewhere. Is ultimately you look at the Patriots. Besides they get a Randy Moss, name their top flight wide receivers. They got good receivers. They don't got no stars. Name their top flight running backs. They have good running backs. They have a system, which is what I think we need to get back to. Have a very good system. Have your quarterback, and then just with good players around, very good players around them, and spend your money wisely. So I would, honestly look to get rid of both. Well, I don't think Le'Veon. There's different things they can do with him, but ultimately, I'm trading AB. I hate to say it, but we need to turn the page, man. We don't need all these distractions, man. He's gonna do one more contract. He got 2-3 years left. That's it, and then we're gonna have to start over. So you got to maximize this time, man. So.
Wow, that sounds good. It's a big move, but if Mr. Steeler himself, Jeff, says that's what you gotta do. In Pittsburgh, people out there in Pittsburgh who are big supporters of our show, listen to Jeff. He knows. Bye-bye, AB.
Yeah, I think you got to, man. I don't think AB's gonna go though. I don't think he's gonna go. But I definitely, like I said, I'm listening. I'm taking every phone call, and I'm countering. And if San Francisco want him, give me that number 2 pick this year, and then maybe one of these young guys you got. I don't know much about San Francisco, but maybe one of them linebackers or something.
Right,
you know
right. No, very true.
And another pick, and then y'all can take AB all day.
Right.
Because ultimately we ain't won no championship with him, so he can be traded. It's like anybody else, except for your quarterback, man.
Not very true.
So.
Wow. All right. Hey, people, thank you for coming, Jeff. Great show, man.
Absolutely. Good to be back.
Yeah, good to be back, people. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been a long time for me and Jeff, but we're back rocking, ready to rock and roll and go forward with this. We're definitely going to try to pump out at least 1 or 2 shows a week. Looking at what? End of the week, Jeff? We're looking at possibly doing shows?
Yeah, it just depends, crazy time of year for me, but that'll be settling down next few weeks. We will definitely be more active, and putting out shows a lot more, just like you said. So, and hopefully we get to do a show in March together, back in Jersey somewhere. So we'll talk more about that later. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna be definitely trying to bring Blue Steel to the highest level this year. But please, people, if you have questions, please email us at bluesteelshow at gmail.com. Bluesteelshow
at gmail.
At gmail.com. Please hit us. Please hit us up with questions, anything that you have about the show that you like, dislike. Remember, me and Jeff will definitely put those questions up. And as Jeff has always stated, and I've stated as well, please keep it G-rated. We can't have, certain type of statements stated because we're not going to read the questions. We really can't. We gotta keep it G, people.
Right. We got YouTube's Blue Steel Show. We got Instagram, Blue Steel Show, and then Twitter at Show Steel. So keep in touch, people.
Sounds good. All right, man. So listen, I'm going to holler at you next week, brother, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll talk to you soon, bro. All right.